Hey everyone, it's Mari, and I'm here today scrapping this photo of my daughter, Miss B, and I am going to be creating a 12 by 12 layout, mostly using the C'est La Vie collection from Pink Paisley. And I started out here thinking I was going to use this white cardstock as my background, but I end up changing my mind. So you'll just watch me sizing this down anyways. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some Heidi Swap gold texture paste on here, and then I'm actually going to end up using that on the layout anyway. So that's why I decided to keep this section of the video in, because I'm actually going to use it. So I'm just going to take this stencil that has some script on it, and I'm going to create just some texture on there with this texture paste. And I end up cutting this up into pieces and using it as a layering piece in the layout. So I'm just going to put that down, and then I'm just going to give it some drying time off camera, and so that I can use that. And I actually ended up using this black pattern paper as my background. I really love this paper, and I love black and pink together, and I just thought that this would be kind of a neat way to do this. So I fussy cut the flowers out of a piece of pattern paper from the C'est La Vie collection, and I'm actually just taking, I only cut out the ones that were partial pieces. So the ones that were whole, I just left them on. I didn't cut those ones out. I just cut out the corner pieces and the ones that were cut off slightly on the paper that were around the edges, because my idea was that I was going to use them at the bottom of this layout. So I just fussy cut those and stuck them down. And now I'm just going to take one of the papers from the 6x6 pad, and I'm going to use that as the base for the photograph. And I also just use my scallop punch on the top of that piece. So I'm just going to take some of the little die cut ephemera pieces, and I'm going to embellish with those. This one says always loving you, and I just put that down there kind of off to the right of the photograph mat. I printed this photo in black and white just because I just love how that looks with the black paper. And there's some of that paper that I used the texture paste on there with the script stencil. And I'm just going to use that around the photograph, like I said, just to layer. And because I created gold accents on this layout, I just thought that really made the gold pop there. So I just cut down some pieces and put those in behind that picture on each side, just so that it looks like it's a continuous piece of paper from one side to the next. And now I'm just taking some of the little cut aparts and the die cuts from the die cut pack, and just doing some layering around that photograph of Bailey. Now that photograph I think I cut in, I think it's about 5 by 3, and it's quite obviously really a long photograph. It's tall and skinny, so that it just fit what I wanted to do with it quite well in that way. I've also got the puffy stickers from that collection, and that's what that ampersand is from, and I've got the cork hearts as well that have little flecks of gold in them. So I'm just, like I said, just using some of those bits and pieces, and I put them on the corners of that photograph, top right and bottom left, just to create some clusters there. And now I'm going to, the top just looks really naked up there, so I decided that I was going to put something up at the top. So I just cut a strip of that same white paper that I put that gold texture paste on, cut a kind of a shorter piece, and then a longer piece of that same pattern paper that matches up with that 6x6 paper behind Bailey's photograph there. And that's that pink wood grain from that C'est La Vie collection, and it's just gorgeous. I love that paper. It's so pretty. And so I'm just going to try to put those strips on there straight, and I just stapled them on one end. And I'm just going to create a little cluster up in the top left-hand corner there beside those little strips, just to once again create something up at the top, so that the layout doesn't seem quite as lopsided, I guess, and create a little bit of balance in that way, so that there's something at the top as well. And I'm actually going to use that horizontal line from that strip, those strips at the top, for the title of the layout as well. Now I'm just going to take some washi tape from that same collection and just put a tiny little strip of it there, just to create a little more of a layer there. And I'm going to use that puffy sticker that has the same flowers on it that I fussy cut out from that pattern paper as well. Another little cork heart, just to bring the heart theme back up to the top and create a third cluster there as well. And I am nearing the end of this layout already. So I just end up putting some Heidi Swap Color Shine splatters on here in the background on that black paper just to jazz it up with a little more gold. And then I also do a little bit of journaling in my white gel with my white gel pen. And that's going to be about it for the layout. Now the title, I actually use the chipboard letters that come with that I bought as part of the C'est La Vie collection as well. And I'm just going to kind of put those up there in a messy line up at the top for my title. So thanks so much for joining me today. I really had fun creating this layout in my craft room today. I've been dying to use this collection. I've had it in my stash for a little while, and it was so much fun to get into it and use it today. So I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope you're having some time to scrap today too. Bye-bye.